The Life and Times of the Ant, written and illustrated by Charles McCucci. Masters of the Earth. Ants have been digging through dirt for more than 100 million years. Their dynasty stretches from the time of dinosaurs to today. They are one of the world's most important insects. They plow more soil than beetles, eat more bugs than praying mantises, and outnumber many insects by 7 million to 1. Tunneling out of jungles and forests and into backyards on every continent except Antarctica, ants ramble on as if they own the earth. Perhaps they do. Ounce for ounce, an ant is one of the strongest animals on earth. An ant can lift a seed 5 times its weight, while an elephant can lift a log only 1/5 of its weight. Each year, the world's ants dig up more than 16 billion tons of dirt, enough to fill 3 billion dump trucks. Ants are frequently compared with people because they live in social communities and work together to solve their problems. Inside an anthill. Most ants build their homes underground. Ants dig by scooping dirt with their mandibles, jaws. As they chew the dirt, it mixes with their saliva to form little bricks. Then they pack the little bricks together to reinforce the tunnels. Finally, the ants carry the excess dirt outside with their mandibles, and it gradually forms an anthill. Beneath the anthill lies the ant nest. Small nests have only one chamber just inches below the surface, while large nests may have thousands of chambers and may be as deep as 20 feet. All nests provide shelter from the weather and a safe environment for the queen ant to lay eggs. An anthill absorbs the sun's rays and transfers the heat down into the nest. An anthill can be 10 degrees warmer than the surrounding area. Ants often nest beneath a rock or log, which protects the nest and traps moisture in the dirt. Ants require moisture so that their bodies do not dry out. Ants dig their nests deep enough to reach damp dirt. As air dries out the nest, they dig new tunnels into the damp dirt. As ants bring up dirt, they recycle nutrients that help plants grow. In the daytime, workers move eggs into the upper chambers, which are heated by the sun. Day nursery. The floor of an ant chamber slants down so water can drain off. The roof is curved to trap heat. Queen laying eggs. At night, workers shift eggs to lower chambers because the earth that stored the sun's heat during the day slowly releases the heat at night. Food storage, night nursery. A life of work. Ants begin their working lives by cleaning themselves. In a couple of days, they start sharing food and licking each other. These food exchanges bond the colony together. There is no boss ant, but active ants usually begin doing chores and then other ants join in. Younger ants work in the nest, tending the queen ant, feeding larvae, and digging tunnels. After a couple of months, the ants leave the nest to search for food. There is no retirement. Worn out or battle-scarred, ants work until they die. Queen tender. Young ants help the queen deliver her eggs by grabbing the eggs with their mandibles. Nurse ant. Ants lick larvae so they do not dry out, and feed them so they grow. Foragers. The oldest ants search for food. Most foragers search within 50 feet of the nest, but if food is scarce, they may travel thousands of feet. Guard. When ants first leave the nest, they stand near the entrance, blocking strange ants from entering. Tunnel digger. As the population grows, ants dig more tunnels for the increased traffic and new chambers to store the eggs and larvae. Digging holes can be hard work. To remove a pile of dirt 6 inches high, 6 inches wide, and 6 inches long requires 500,000 loads of dirt. Grassroot highways. Some ants connect their anthills to food sources by a system of ant trails. Unlike scent trails, which are invisible, these trails can be easily seen. Construction crews remove grass and twigs to form paths 2 to 6 inches wide that may stretch over 600 feet. When food is plentiful, 1,000 ants per foot cross the trail. Established ant colonies may travel over the same grassroot highways for many years. Harvester ants construct their trails to wildflowers where they collect seeds. Surrounding their anthills, discarded seeds sprout into new plants. In forests, wood ants connect their anthills together by ant trails. Large wood ant colonies transport thousands of caterpillars and insects a day over their trails. Some ant trails are so well preserved that larger animals such as deer and even people may use them as footpaths. Army ants form living bridges to cross streams by linking themselves together. Many kinds of ants dig tunnels under streams and other obstacles. Leafcutter ants can dig tunnels 500 feet long, which may bypass several streams. Harlow Shapley, an astronomer whose hobby was ants, tested their speed. He discovered that they run faster on hot days. Dangerous world. When you are only a quarter-inch tall, the world can be a dangerous place. Every time an ant leaves home, there is a risk that she will not return. Horned lizards lap up ants as they exit the nest. Woodpeckers pick them off as they climb trees, and ant lions ambush them in sand pits. Sometimes ants are not safe even in their own homes. Armadillos feast on burrowing ants, as does the biggest homewrecker of all, the giant anteater of Central and South America. 7 feet long and weighing as much as 70 pounds, a giant anteater can tear open an ant nest in minutes and devour 20,000 ants in one meal. Sand trap of no return. The ant lion digs a circular sand pit and waits at the bottom. When an ant looks into the pit, the ant lion tosses sand into the air to trip up the ant. The ant stumbles into the pit, and the ant lion grabs it with its large pincers. The Giant Anteater. The giant anteater is a slow, nearsighted, toothless animal that has escaped extinction for one reason only. It specializes in eating ants and termites. Thick bristles of hair protect the body from insect stings. The stomach wall absorbs ant stings and has special muscles that crush ants so they can be digested. 4-inch claws can dig through hard dirt or tree trunks. A 3-foot-long tail with 15-inch hairs sweeps up escaping ants. The long snout drives deep into the nest. Anteaters use their strong sense of smell to locate ants. The mouth opens only a 1/4 inch, about the width of a pencil. The worm-like tongue stretches 19 inches beyond the mouth. The tongue is coated with gluey saliva, which causes ants to stick to it. How ants recycle leaves. Leafcutter ants harvest leaves and take them to the nest. In the process, they thin jungle overgrowth and return mulch from the crushed leaves to the soil. Using her mandibles like a saw, a foraging leafcutter cuts part of a leaf from a tree. Marching home in long columns, thousands of foragers carry leaves over their heads. Below ground, millions of ants work like a factory processing the leaves. Workers chop the leaves. Smaller ants smash the leaf bits into damp paste. Soon a fungus grows on the paste. Then garden ants, tinier than the foragers' heads, harvest the fungus, which all the ants eat as food. When the leaf paste can no longer grow fungus, it is pushed into dump chambers. As it decomposes, nutrients are released into the soil, which helps plants grow.